Welcome back to Ixion. Alright, we made our... Well, previously we made a jump. How would you count the number of jumps? We did the test jump, then we jumped out of Seoul, and then we jumped here. So I'd say this is our second jump. Alright, let's take a look. We sent our science ship out here, right? We started this process. Actually, give me 1 second. I need to grab some water. Okay. Let me get settled back in here. One of the things we need to think about is, what are we going to do for research? This is a new sector, so we're probably going to be, they're going to be generous with the research, new opportunities. How far down do we have to go? High risk experimentation. They want us to do all of this to get the additional science. We've got 10 in the bank. We've got 35 in the world. I could split it, I guess. Though, I am more concerned about food. Food production speed increased by 15%. That sounds good. Sell housing. We've already unlocked the key ones here. Power reduced by 2 units. It could make sense to get this. Waste heat recovery. Power cost reduced by 2. Or we could go deep into stockpiles, or we could go for drone bays. Drones can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resources at a time between sectors. Tempted to hit the drone bay. Augmented building protocols are required to get more ice or more water. Wait, what? Oh, in the workshop. In order to get that, they want us to go deep into this. Oh, that's the other thing. We could go focused on stability. Policy cooldown reduced by 5 cycles, but total monitoring grants 1 stability for propaganda. And we're pretty much doing propaganda everywhere. Let's do that. One stability in the sector that has industry specialization and the Marduk. I think right now we're going to focus our efforts on exo fighting. We're probably going to have to come back for these cult memorials. But for right now, I think we're going to focus on the exo fighting.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
The increased population reinforces the feeling that our goal of saving humanity is achievable. The new crew members, woken from cryopods, are now part of something bigger than themselves. Hull integrity -10. Really? Let's increase repair efficiency by 5%. The debris field we have entered is mostly comprised of corpses. The floating bodies bump against the hull and create sounds that reverberate through the Tycoon sectors. This is not proving beneficial for crew morale. DLS report indicate the EV crews are discussing their experiences working outside the Tycoon with colleagues in the mess halls, compounding the problem. Okay.
No more resources available to mine. A science ship has arrived at its destination.
The summary of intelligence of the Etamananki's command center. Initial reports indicate that we found the wreckage of the command center. The UN ship appears to have been attacked. Although the command center of the Etamananki is heavily armored, the structure has suffered terrible bombardment. It appears as if something sliced through the larger superstructure. This must have dislodged the center and separated it from the rest of the ship. Numerous pieces of debris and corpses float around the ruin. We have located a breach within the armor plating that should allow us to get inside. Where do we put this? A sector is converted to the cult of the Hull. This has had a positive effect on morale. The converts are waiting to hear your opinion on their worship. Sanctifying the Tycoon and its facilities does not directly violate any Dolos activities. Embrace the writings. The Tycoon is a body, the Hull is a skin. We are his blood. What could possibly go wrong?
Ship team has completed a task.
The frozen rooms through which the Oppenheimer team have had to navigate are from a nightmare. Projectile damage covers most of the surfaces, and there are signs of electrical fires having raged throughout the corridors. This is not to discount the ever-present grim sight of severed corpses. Jeez. Upon entering the bridge, the team discovered the bodies of the commander-in-chief and other officers. It appears they took their own lives. We must retrieve the Remus data. The Tycoon should be kept in close proximity to the command center. This will allow the Oppenheimer team to use the station's power via the retractable telescopic pole and access the center's terminals. Recover the coordinates of the exoplanet Remus.
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon. A probe has completed its scan.
Trying to get some of the silicone off this deck. There's no iron, so we just switched this iron storage to silicone storage.
A science ship team has completed a task.
We'll get some extra workers in our farming zone here. Boy, they really made me pay for that. We've got this broken panel.
Population transfer complete.
Should fix it. The Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, the bulk coordinates are an incredibly complex algorithm that require advanced technology for their storage and application. We didn't identify a storage area within the command center where such equipment, perhaps including that stolen from the Protagoras, should have been held. It has been ripped away, shorn by cutting lasers, and taken. A single damaged calculator terminal was found. Power supplied from the Tycoon has allowed us to access it. It appears the Etmanenki's final moments, while they were attempting to address the colossal damage done to their ship, the crew were able to identify and record the self-similar signature of the attacker as it withdrew. Perhaps they hope later to mount some sort of pursuit. Investigate, determine the previous mission objectives, I think, is what we should start with. This is the science zone. Tell them what they need to hear. Give us just enough to keep the hull basically where it's at. Not making huge strides in repairing it, but so many upgrades. Absolutely ridiculous number of upgrades.
Available to mine.
We'll take the improved waste conversion, and then we'll take drone bay after that. Sector 3 needs a temporary injection of iron.
A science ship team has completed a task.
gonna put a little algae farm in here. Changed my mind. We're going to go with the... By powering the command center, the Oppenheimer team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Etamanenki was a UN ship initially launched to find other exoplanets. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of preparation to accomplish such a task. In the absence of a habitable exoplanet, they seem to have concentrated on the search for what the UN had designated as enemies of humanity, Dolos. By boarding the Protagoras, the Etmanaki was able to locate Remus. Investigate further into the Perini's attack. So that's going to allow us to stretch our silicone a little bit further. More solar panel power. Try to extend the time before we need to build another solar panel.
A science ship team has completed a task.
As the Etamanenki paused in the Crux system, it was surprised and attacked by the Parayanizi. Reports indicate colossal casualties. The UN crew was able to find a flaw in the Parayanizi's defense system and managed to mount a boarding assault. They responded by firing its main weapons before fleeing the system. The last survivors of the attack, who could not enter cryopods, either died from the cold or slowly asphyxiated in the days that followed.
Administrator, we have found the Piranesi signature stored in the Etamanenki's destroyed command center. It is a ship unlike any other in our records. A formidable opponent, now in possession of the Remus coordinates. The eventual failure of the Tycoon's hull is inevitable. We have no other choice but to confront. Before we leave the system, we must find a way to develop an effective countermeasure strategy.
$2,000 more pods. Well, a collapsed food district actually sounds pretty good right now. The reactor might have lots of science in it. Let's go with that. Our food is actually the worst right now.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We'll wait for all that good science to come in. Holy moly. That has a lot of options. Our sensors have located a section of the Etamanaki adrift in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. We are on site. This part of the Etamanaki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetal and animal. We've also identified a self-contained area generating heat signature. The area is small, but it's not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. Investigate the animal pens or investigate the vegetal zone?
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Despite its thorough chemical processing and convincing synthetic flavor, food produced from waste is proving unpopular with the crew. Often the crew good-naturedly makes jokes about parallels between food and their garbage, but sometimes the seeds of discord grow in the soil of humor. What do they expect, Crab Thermidor? We cannot shut down for 30 cycles. No way. Sorry. I'm embarrassed for you that you even asked for that.
Ship team has completed a task.
Making a slight adjustment to get everything off of the flight deck that we can, and still allow for the production of additional polys. Also, I'm thinking... Scouting radius increased by 80%. That would probably save us in probes. But that was going to cost us so much. Uh-oh. The production area was gutted by several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. The team did not find... Oh, they did. The team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform, though there are signs that rare meats were produced. The Oppenheimer team wishes to specifically note they found a cryopod containing a dog. Aww. The dog owner seems to have decided that the animal's life was more important than their own. Their corpse hangs onto the pod. Jeez. I mean, we're going to provide a new home for the dog. That's obviously priority. This looks like we're in the silicone zone. Oh, we're getting red. Oh, that's all stormy. Yeah, maybe we should leave that for last. Our exo fighting dome is done. That was the right choice, for sure.
science ship team has completed a task. A probe has completed its scan.
Administrator, I did not expect this decision. I will remind you that Dolus regulations prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. I do postulate, however, the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Yeah. Investigate the vegetal zone. I'm feeling risk averse, and those two other options seem very risky. So our morale is doing better, or stability is doing better, but now
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
our food is on the bubble. Oh. Inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I found that the crew member is actually a dog. A boyzoid, to be exact. I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be providing extremely beneficial for crew morale. What? No. Officially recognize the dog as a member of the crew. Yes. +1 stability bonus. Permanent. Phew, that's huge.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Ten and 10. We've got room and power for this. Drone Bay's up next. Let's kind of keep squeezing out as much as we can from our current solar cells. personalized instructions upgrade unlocked for the farm. Ooh, a chunk of food. More pods. 15 science. Drilling through several layers of debris, the Oppenheimer's team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few distinct workers seemed to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Etamanaki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yields report details how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest foods for the higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. They're trying to push me into making a cautious approach, which I don't want to do. Invasively breach. Ugh. Okay, well, we're prioritizing the crew's safety, so that's fine.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon. A science ship team has completed a task.
We are what we eat. Upon breaching the area, the crew of the Oppenheimer discovered a corpse of a young soldier. Their diary indicates that they were part way through some type of rite of passage when they were attacked. They found themselves trapped in this area with some engineers. There are signs of cannibalism on the remains of the few of the corpses present. Further diary entries portray an individual sinking into dementia, blaming Dolos for the misfortunes that had befallen them. Glory of the Etamanaki commanders was found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolos. Whew, that's a tough one today. So what
A probe has completed its scan.
if I'm looking at memorials? Food specialization is the genetic. We're probably never going to use that. Industry is the Marduk. Lunaclism Memorial. Tier 1 population specialization. All that to say is that we'll put the Lunacism Memorial in here. We haven't gotten the... Uh-oh. This hospital takes 50 workers.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon. Population transfer complete.
We got our drone bay. Of course, we're nowhere near ready to install it. But I think it would be good to be able to move the food out of here rapidly, is the plan. Melting that ice down, getting it down into water. max 1000. So there's probably plumbing in the sector that we're dealing with, not in these individual buildings. Thinking a spacewalk to upgrade might be well timed. Burning down those polys is actually a great idea. I cannot turn this on. We don't have the power. Yeah, I can't turn anything on. -1. But then I would also have to turn this on. Use Sector 3 as a food storage area. We actually have a pretty good amount of power there already. Okay, yeah, we're going to call it right there. I think next episode is definitely looking at power. I think we can get through the whole game with just solar power, but this is something we're going to test, it looks like. I don't think we really have anything else to do. We are focused on getting those solar panels to last as long as they can. We probably also want to get this resistant to damage. Water treatment is looking good. What are these? Maximum drone capacity, maximum drone capacity, drone capacity, drone capacity, drone capacity, faster drones, faster drone. Increase the number of resources can carry by 2. What's the difference between what they can carry and their maximum capacity? We'll have to figure that out later. We're actually okay on stability right now. What I'm looking at is power. We're wholly in the solar panel section. Recycling alloy costs 10 fewer waste. Oh. Faster for electronics. Yeah, those aren't jumping out at me. I'm thinking... we should max this out. And that no active tech lab reminded me waste recycling. Since everybody here is super happy, they can work with us on the waste. Of course, I don't have a place to put it. We've got another food storage there, so we can change this food storage over to waste. Sector 1 doesn't have electronic storage. That's bad.
Has occurred in the typhoon.
Okay, we're calling it right there. I think we've got it set up. We're gonna do a spacewalk. Actually, I think we're in the midst of a spacewalk. Installing the new solar panels. When we get back, we're also maxing out our solar panel research. Then the next thing to do would be to like start getting power cost reductions. This one isn't really that strong because it's only 2 and we only have 2 steel mills, so it's only going to save us 4 power. But where it's strong is in the cell housing. Reduce the cost of cell housing by 2, and we've got a ton of those, so that'll save us. Let's see. Bing bong ba. 6. There's 3 cell housing there. 3 there, so that's 6 total. There's 11 total. 17 total, so that will be 34 energy saved. Just shoop, right back down. So that's the upgrade. Matter of fact, that's so good, that might need to go sooner than the self-cleaning systems. Let's plan for the mill. Okay, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to get all of these done. It's interesting because they just put these new panels in, so the absolute need to get that done right away is reduced. So we have some time. And let's throw out another probe while we're thinking about it. All right. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.